Assalamu alaikum viewers, I'm Zubia Irfan. Welcome to another show of CxO Talk. As you know, it's a knowledge sharing platform for all the C-level across the Pakistan and around the globe. Every time we invite some interesting personalities in our show. Today we are honored to have Mr. Illyas Haider Baig with us. Mr. Illyas Haider Baig is a leading transformation projects across North America and EME. I think there is some echo issue. Mr. Illyas Haider Baig is leading business transformation projects across North America and EMEA and South Africa. Mr. Illyas is now delivering technology solutions and powerful emerging markets with innovative solutions in healthcare, fintech, and consumer technology. So let's meet and greet Mr. Illyas Haider. Sir.
Walaikum Assalam, Zubia. Thank you for inviting me to the forum. It's an honor to be here.
So, how are you doing today?
It's a good start. I've been on the road for last 8-9 days. Every second day, it's a different city. So, when getting up in the morning, don't know if it is morning or evening or night time. But Alhamdulillah. Thank you for asking.
Could you please give a brief introduction to our viewers about yourself and your role within your organization?
Zubia, my introduction is very interesting. I've been in profession life since 1973, so it's a very long history, but I will concise it for the interest of the viewers. I'm involved in IT, though it was not called IT at that time, it was called computer business back in 1985. And we started a company at that time in Los Angeles and manufactured external peripherals for IBM computers. That was for about 6 years, and then I moved to distribution of hardware. The last position I held was the Director of Business Development and Sales and Managing Director for AST Computers Middle East. I was based in Dubai at that time, and very exciting time when PCs were introduced in the Middle East in late 80s and in early 90s. There was a mushroom growth, and glad to be part of that moment. Then my highlight of the career was that back in 1998, we were the first company in the Middle East to introduce a B2C platform. The Middle East press at that time called it Amazon of the Middle East or Arabic Amazon, and that was challenging times, learning times, finding right talents, then retaining right talents, and then make sure that we are able to replicate what Amazon was doing. And as you know, they were doing an amazing job even in their startup phase.
Right.
And we replicated that in the Middle East, successfully launched a B2C portal in Arabic language. Also, it was a bilingual in English also, all across the Middle East and Levant and North Africa. Very proud of that. That was a good feat. I had a very good team, very proud of my team at that time. And then we started in 2003, we started Arthur Lawrence in Los Angeles, California as a technology consultation firm. And we were doing what is called now digitization. And from 2003, we have, in 2004, we have alhamdulillah completed 2 decades of successful growth. We have presence in, starting from Los Angeles, we have presence now in Pakistan. We started our Pakistan operation in late 2009. And alhamdulillah, I'm very happy that our initiative that we took at that time, there were not too many companies who were doing BPO or offering BPO services in finance and accounting. And at that time, actually, I did not know any single company. And my peers in PwC or Ernst& and Young and KPMG told me the same thing, that there were no companies offering BPO in finance and accounting. And alhamdulillah, now uh, I don't have an exact count, but there are more than 50 companies all over America, all over Pakistan, who are offering BPO services. So uh, I'm glad that we were part of creating that environment and providing new opportunity of employment and professionalism to Pakistani youth. Uh, Now our offices are in Dubai, Riyadh, uh, Cairo,
Nice.
and Philippines. So uh, business which started in 2003 with two persons in my sister's kitchen is alhamdulillah in 5 countries, and we have over 1,000 employees across the globe.
Mashallah. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, Mr. Ilyas, can you share a bit about your educational background and what led you to choose this particular field of study?
Uh, my educational background is industrial engineering. I did undergrad in industrial engineering, and then I went to Pakistan Air Force Academy and I did BS in aerospace. It used to call aerospace,
Mm-hmm.
but it was not aerospace. It was actually aviation, but we did there, and I graduated as a pilot officer from Air Force in 1977, uh, and then joined IBA, and
Mm-hmm.
I got opportunity and got admitted in a university uh, of UCLA in University of California, Los Angeles. So I dropped out of IBM and went to Los Angeles, and in
Right.
1979. And the life has been busy since very soon we started working opportunities, and started my career in the retail. And in '85, I then uh, started my own first company of manufacturing the peripherals for IBM PCs, and that's where the entrepreneurial journey started back in 1985. Uh, in the
Okay.
process, I've been to UAE, where I worked for
Mm-hmm.
multinational like AST Computers, and then I was also general manager of Acer Computers, and then managing director of a local group, Yusuf Habib Al Yusuf Group. It was called Al Yusuf, where we were into telecommunication, uh, B2C operation. We started successfully,
Okay.
and distribution. Then in between, I took courses at business school in Kellogg, and I took courses at business schools in UCLA. And over the course of period, have been always trying to improve my academic qualification and knowledge. Uh, my experience at Tech School was also into executive management courses, and very valuable insights gained from there. Also did courses with uh, Facebook, their executive training courses for 2 months. Um, that was an eye opener of how a good corporate should be managed, and I think the learning from there has is reflected in the operation of Arthur Lawrence. And I'm told that
Okay.
we are one of the good companies in Pakistan, and young people, our generation Z, uh, loves to work for Arthur Lawrence and enjoys, and our retention rate has been very, very good. We started it in 2009, and I have more than 15 plus employees now who have been with us for more than 10 years. So that tells something.
Great. Great. So, Mr. Ilyas, what inspired you to start your career in this particular field study?
My answer would be very unromantic, Zubia. Uh, my story is that of first generation immigrants who went to America for the purpose of education. And there was only inspiration to be successful, professional, and establish a career where you can then support your family. And when I mean family, is not my children. Family also include extended family of my siblings and maybe my cousins and all that. So the inspiration
Okay.
was to get into a profession which is promising, get into a profession where which you like, and get into a and do something which you enjoy doing. Uh, and I believe that when you do something which you enjoy doing, your progress is much faster than if you
Yes,
end up doing something which you don't like, you end up something which is forced upon you. So
exactly.
I think business development somehow came naturally to me. And why I picked computer field, it was not called IT then back in 1985, not commonly known as IT, was, I think primary reason was, when I look back, is that the opportunity for growth was ample, and the field was not saturated like if I had gone into industrial engineering, which was my education background. It was a saturated field, would have been a struggle. I had opportunity to work in electrical engineering department. I had opportunity to work
Right.
in aircraft manufacturing facility, but opportunities in computer were very, very attractive at that time and offered a lot of room for growth. So I would not
Right.
say that I
Right.
always dreamed of being an entrepreneur. No, I I became an entrepreneur because I thought that was the easiest thing to do, is to start your own business. Uh, I had the courage to do that. Did not have the
Okay.
resources, but I always knew that if we keep working hard, me and my partner, he was an R&D engineer, ex Xerox. He said, Ilyas, if we keep working on this product, this would be successful because there are not
Uh-huh.
too many players in it. And that was, I think, insight that there are not too many players in it. And if you do a right job, you will be successful.
Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Ilyas, what are some of the key accomplishments in your career that you are most proud of?
I think, as I mentioned earlier, working on establishing a B2C company in the Middle
Okay.
East at the time when the penetration of cell phone was very little, at the time when the use of credit
Mm-hmm.
cards in the entire Middle East. And unfortunately, when we talk of the Middle East nowadays, we think of Dubai, Qatar, and Riyadh and Jeddah, but that is
Uh-huh.
not the Middle East market which we talked about. Our Middle East market was uh, from North Africa, including Levant. So penetration of cell phone in
Mm-hmm.
Egypt or Jordan or Syria or Iraq was very low. Credit card was not
Uh-huh. Right.
introduced. Even
Mm-hmm.
in UAE, I remember credit card were commonly introduced in 94, 95. So it was not a common factor. And we were going into uh, a field where you have to have internet connection, you have to have telephone lines, and you have to have credit cards. So those were the challenges that we had. So market was not ready. We were there before our time. Uh, but to launch a successful operation where uh, from the time a customer logged in to computer and placed the order till the time of the product was shipped out of our warehouse was less
Mm-hmm.
than 3 hours. And our first product that we went on to BTC was computers, computer peripherals, and accessories. So we had warehouse of those things, and later on it moved into other product line as well. So that is an
Great.
accomplishment I'm very happy about. I'm proud of it. My next was in my profession when I joined Aviva Yusuf Group. We had 7 different companies and more than 700 products in those 7 companies. And in the next 2 years, I consolidated them into 4 different business operations, shut down to merge another one, made it more efficient, made it more profitable, did some inventory management, which resulted into more profitability. And what I can say I'm most proud of is that uh, when we started the BPO operation back in 2009, we had a choice to go to either Philippines or Vietnam,
Okay.
and even India. We had an
Right.
office in India for about 4 years, and which was we had a very good team over there. But we decided to establish the BPO center in Pakistan because you said whatever business we are doing,
Okay.
our nation should get benefit from it. We had challenges.
Mhm.
Our first challenge was the concept of offshore accounting was very strange. When we hired good people from uh, PwC or KPMG, they said, "How can we do it?" And then it was alien concept to them. But our objective was do it in Pakistan, help Pakistani youth, bring professionalism, give them a taste of working for a world class organization. And Alhamdulillah, we were successful. And I'm also happy to see that there are a lot of entrepreneurs in Pakistan now who are the same thing, same concept. So an ecosystem is now developing. And this ecosystem
Yes.
will, if we keep our focus on delivering to customer satisfaction, if we keep our focus on
Yes.
quality
Mhm.
management, uh, we will gain much more market share in Europe and America and in Asia Pacific. And there are good companies out there who are already working on the same approach. So we should not worry about what's happening around it. We should worry about what is our capability and continue to focus on delivering what we can deliver and deliver a very good quality. So very proud of contributing to that phenomena, being pioneer in finance and accounting outsourcing and becoming a leading company now.
Great. Great. So, what are the biggest challenges you have faced in your career, and how have you successfully overcome them?
Very interesting question. My first challenge in the career is all those entrepreneurs or immigrants who have got education in Pakistan and have gone to Europe or
Mhm.
America. The first challenge is to get recognized and get accepted and accomplish professional results. So it's a major struggle. Uh,
Hmm.
whatever we think when we are in Pakistan, when we land in a place like Los Angeles or Florida state or New York state or Illinois state, environment is totally different. So that was the first challenge. Second challenge was professionally when we started manufacturing the external peripherals for IBM PCs.
Mhm.
Uh, was I had the education of industrial engineering, but I did not have the knowledge or know-how of manufacturing. And my partner was an R&D engineer, and he did not have the knowledge. So we had to invest a lot of time in learning. We had to invest a lot of time
Mhm.
in finding reliable and knowledgeable resources and build a team who were able to produce quality result. And Alhamdulillah, the good result was that I was told by IBM team that we were the only company that IBM had approved to be to package our product with their PCs because IBM at that time was IBM, has always been IBM, and they would not take a third party product and package it with their PCs. But our company's product was the first product that they packaged it, started packaging it with their IBM PCs. And we had to go through a very rigorous quality assurance process and quality management process. And it was a very good experience, very challenge, and we overcame because we continued to understand the problem and then focus
Mhm.
on ensuring that we are taking all the smallest steps to make sure that there is no slip. Uh, and then third channel was, or third major challenge, I will say, when we started in Pakistan, I never worked in Pakistan. So coming back here and settling and learning how to work with the youth of Pakistan and how to train them and how to groom them and how to
Exactly.
introduce them to standards. It was a challenge, but
Uh-huh.
Alhamdulillah, the employees were all willing to learn, or the employees were all
Hmm.
there to groom themselves. And I look back at some of our employees, and uh, they are working for not multi-million dollar, they're working for multi-billion dollar companies, and that's a source of pride for us that we were able to inculcate that kind of those elements in them that made them go and work for not only multinational organizations but manage in senior
Hmm.
positions. They are CFOs and CEOs and CEO of different companies now.
Wonderful. So, how has leadership played a role in your success? And do you believe your leadership is having a positive impact on your team?
That's the answer my team can give. But leadership is always important. I think I have learned because I work with some very good leaders.
Hmm.
I had, I if those leaders, if those mentors were not there, I would probably not be able to deliver what I was able to deliver because of the mentorship I got,
Okay.
because of the leadership I had. And I think if you speak to my employees or ex-employees, they will always say that the mentorship that they got, the insights that they got, the training
Hmm.
sessions that we held within the organization, the boot camp environment that we created, the emphasis on quality delivery that we had, and for which we had extensive training sessions, or the insistence on maintaining good customer service attitude with the client, which is very very important. Your client is already sitting uh, half the world apart in parts of America and Europe, and I'm sure you are aware that in America and Europe, after the
Hmm.
9/11, the impression about
Hmm.
Pakistan was not a positive impression. And when we will tell
Hmm.
that we have a back office in Pakistan, they will take two steps back.
Hmm.
And then Aptabad incident happened right in the middle when we were growing, and that was very frustrating for us because some of our clients just refused. They said, no, 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 it's too
Hmm.
much risk. Our clients would not come to Karachi for meeting; they'll come to Dubai for the meeting. So those were the
Okay.
challenge, but the leadership skills of communicating with the client and influencing them, teaching our or
Hmm.
training or grooming our employees to give the kind of service which will dilute that negative effect and build a very positive impression. Uh, and I'm not alone there. We are a leadership team. My partner, who is the CEO of organization, very inspiring
Huh.
leader, Wajid Mirza, my managing partner, Bijal Patel, my other uh, partner in operations, Mrs. Aliza Bahadur. These are
Okay.
the leaders who are inspiring the team over here. And we keep visiting Pakistan every quarter at least once, and some partners at least every 2 quarters to be with our team, to engage with them. So I think poor leadership will produce poor companies, and great leadership will
Yes.
prove great companies. So we are trying to be great. We are not there yet, but we are striving. Our objective is to be one of the exceptional companies in Pakistan.
Right. Right. So, how do you manage to maintain a healthy work-life balance, and what strategies do you use to achieve it?
One secret: don't call me racist. or don't call me uh, healthy life, work-life balance, because I keep my wife happy. So if I'm working late hours, she understands. But no, work-life
Okay.
balance usually, work-life balance is difficult for entrepreneurs, no matter what you do, no matter what you say. But I'm happy if I'm going to gym 3 times a week. There was a time when I was not going to gym even for months, though I had membership with two gyms, but I would never have time, or when I'll have time, I'll be too tired. But management of your time where you really don't overstep. So there have been days, and sometimes there are days when you are working 12 hours, 14 hours a day, 5 days a week. But then when the weekend comes, one has to make sure that not only you are relaxing, you are giving time to your children. My children would not agree that I gave them enough time, but I always try to be back home on the weekend, no matter where I was traveling. I will take a Friday red eye flight to be home on for Saturday and Sunday. Uh, I took time to read. I took time to not as much time as I wanted to, but I did take time to do exercise as much as I can. But nowadays, the concept of Generation Z of work-life balance is very different. They want to work 30 hours a week. They want to work 4 days a week. That is the new trend. Uh, it's good, but then you have to make
Hmm.
sure that if you are working 30 hours a week, you are exceptionally smart, you are productive, and you are delivering worth the investment which is being done into you, because it directly relates to the cost of the service. If my whole team of 1,000 plus employees work 30 hours a week, probably the work that is being
Mm-hmm.
produced now, working in 30 hours a week, will I'll have to hire 500 more people. Is that practical?
Right.
Not in the competitive market. So it's a good question for discussion's sake, but it's very difficult to balance.
Okay. Okay. So, could you please share some of your hobbies or interests?
When I was in my 30s, my hobby was private flying. I have a private pilot license and commercial pilot license, and I used to fly
Okay.
frequently.
Okay.
And then later on, when we had little children, my hobbies turned into water sports. I'm enthusiast of water
Okay.
sports, and for last
Right.
20 years, it's more into I'll go for hiking whenever I get an opportunity. Uh, I visit
Okay.
whenever we go for vacation. We usually pick those spots where we can go for hiking at least 2 days during the week-long vacations. I love visiting my daughter in Seattle because it offers a beautiful environment and a lot of hiking trails. So hiking is a very good hobby for a person of
Yeah.
my age. It's not very strenuous. You go to a scenic place, you enjoy it. It's very relaxing. If you
Right.
take a good book with you, then you don't hike. You start reading a book, and you have an excuse for not hiking. Reading is another, I'll say, hobby of mine.
Great. Great. So, what advice would you give to young professionals who are just starting their careers?
Be serious. Young
Okay.
professionals that I'm experiencing in Pakistan are not serious about their career planning.
Hmm.
Another thing that the younger people that I'm interacting with, they are in this field because their dad or their chacha or their elder cousin said, do this. And that is very wrong.
Hmm.
Uh, Especially in IT industry, unless you have that mental capacity and capability, and your brain works in certain discipline. You cannot be a programmer, you cannot be a
Hmm.
designer, you cannot be in the gaming industry. And a lot of people, a lot of young kids are coming in and they say, oh, gaming industry has a lot of potential, but they don't have the capability.
Hmm.
So one, my advice to them is go through kind of aptitude tests. Don't go and adopt a career which your dad is suggesting, because your dad does not know what your personality is. So do some counseling at
Exactly.
university level. There is some good counseling available, and then when you enter the industry, then you take time to understand it and then seriously focus on learning. Uh, you cannot be
Uh-huh.
casual and be in IT industry and successful. You have to be intelligent, and even if you have average IQ, you can be successful by consistently improving your skill set, by consistently learning. You don't have to have a high IQ alone to be successful. Obviously, people with high IQ will be
Right.
more successful than people of average
Hmm.
IQ. But with average IQ, also, if you are serious about your profession, if you're investing time into learning, and
Hmm.
if you are you have a clear pathway, you have a clear growth path for yourself, either designed by yourself or designed by help of your HR department or you or the counselor in your organization,
Hmm.
and focus on that. Uh, so, one word: be serious.
Very well said. So, at the end, I would like to ask, how do you think CXO Global Forum will impact your professional journey and the industry you are in?
I'm a Since I've joined CxO Global Forum and my couple of meetings with Kawal Mansoor, I think he has taken a very
Hmm.
good initiative. I think the platform is very strong. How it will help me uh, personally, I don't. I've not thought about it, but how it would help my
Hmm.
organization is enormous. Uh, Providing a platform where you are interacting and mixing with other CEO of the other companies.
Hmm.
You are learning from their experience, the uh, uh, sessions that CXO manages on different topics provide a very good learning opportunity. Uh, we probably CXO has to work, uh, and it will grow. It's a very young organization at this time, to bring more senior level persons, to bring more experienced persons who have been there,
Hmm.
who have done that, and who have failed, and who have learned how to come out of the failure and then be successful. Then the learning and thought sharing and knowledge sharing will help each other, and it would it's a strong platform. It's in the process of being of growing.
Yes.
It's not focused on one industry, so that is another challenge. If it was focused
Yes.
on one industry, it would have been different. But uh, I see the path is very clear for CXO team,
Hmm. Hmm.
and every time I communicate with Kamal, I say, "Man, he got it."
Right. So, Mr. Ilyas, we wish you more and more success in your life, and thank you very much for your time. And it has been a wonderful conversation with you. And I hope our viewers will learn a lot from it. Thank you.
Thank you, Zubia, for inviting me, and it has been a pleasure and privilege for me to be here.
Okay. So, viewers, this is it for today. Inshallah, see you soon with some another amazing personality. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.